Join me as I dive deep into the secrets surrounding Donnie McClurkin's son and the church scandal that shook the community. Donnie McClurkin is a well-known gospel music artist and pastor, celebrated for his powerful voice and inspirational songs. However, his reputation has been marred by a shocking revelation: a secret son. This story matters because it not only affects McClurkin's personal life, but also raises questions about accountability and transparency within the church. The implications of this church scandal are far-reaching, damaging not just McClurkin's reputation, but also the community he serves. Trust is a fundamental aspect of any church, and when leaders are involved in scandals, it can lead to widespread disillusionment among congregants. The church community may struggle to reconcile their faith with the actions of their leader, leading to a crisis of faith for many. Furthermore, this scandal may have a ripple effect, impacting other churches and religious organizations. The community's perception of church leaders as role models is challenged, and it may take a long time to rebuild that trust. He called himself the forgotten child. A young man has just come forward claiming to be the hidden son of gospel legend Donnie McClurkin, alleging years of secrecy, rejection, and shame, all because of the church. What's more shocking? He says McClurkin was forced into silence by religious leaders who couldn't accept the truth. What was the church really hiding? And why was this young man erased from the gospel narrative? The answers will shock you. When you think of Donnie McClurkin, you think of worship, of redemption, of a voice that carried broken souls to healing. A Grammy Award-winning gospel icon, pastor, and survivor. His story has always been one of overcoming, but now a young man has emerged claiming to be his secret son, and the story he tells threatens to rewrite everything we thought we knew. This isn't just a personal scandal. It's an expose that stretches deep into the heart of the gospel music industry and the rigid, often painful expectations placed on black men in ministry. According to this young man, he was hidden, not because of shame from his father, but because of pressure from the church. He claims that Donnie was silenced by church leaders, threatened with backlash and rejection if he ever acknowledged his son publicly. And when you hear what this young man says happened behind closed doors, you'll understand why gospel music's biggest names have been eerily silent. In this video, we're breaking it all down: the alleged hidden child, the culture of image management in the gospel world, the church's harsh stance on sexuality, and why Donnie's silence may not have been his choice after all. And you'll want to stick around because the twist that comes near the end, it might just change the way you view gospel leadership forever. Before the allegations, before the headlines, before the pain, there was the voice. A voice that moved churches into revival and brought stadiums to tears. A voice born out of trauma, shaped in worship, and polished through years of spiritual warfare. Donnie McClurkin wasn't just another gospel singer. He was a testimony in motion. Raised in Amityville, New York, Donnie faced tragedy early. At just 8 years old, he lost his younger brother to a car accident, a trauma that shook his family to the core. Not long after, he was sexually abused by relatives, leading to years of emotional torment, silence, and confusion about his identity. In many ways, Donnie's entire career would be marked by a constant tension, redemption versus reputation. His rise in the gospel industry was meteoric. From humble church choirs to working with legends like Andre Crouch, to his 1996 hit Stand, which turned him into a household name, Donnie's music became a lifeline for those battling brokenness. But with success came scrutiny. As his platform grew, so did public curiosity. Donnie made headlines not just for his music, but for his open, complex discussion about his past struggles with sexuality. While he never publicly identified as gay, his statements often danced a fine line, talking about struggling with same-sex attraction and being delivered from it through faith. That very topic became a polarizing issue in the black church, where discussions of sexuality remained controversial, especially among male clergy. Donnie's authenticity won him some fans, but also made him a target. Despite his accolades, multiple Grammys, BET Awards, and Dove Awards, Donnie was often placed under a microscope. His appearance on TV shows, his relationships, and his decision to remain unmarried all became fuel for speculation. Still, he never cracked, at least not publicly. But what if there was something or someone he was hiding all along? And what if that silence wasn't just personal, but the result of calculated pressure from church leadership desperate to protect an image? Because that's exactly what the young man who's come forward is now claiming. And it's time we explore his side of the story. It began with a short video on a barely known TikTok account. Just a face, raw emotion, and a voice shaking with nervous energy. In the clip, a young man, let's call him Jordan to protect his identity, looks directly into the camera and says 6 words that shook the gospel world: Donnie McClurkin is my father. At first, it didn't gain much attention. TikTok, after all, is filled with outlandish claims. But Jordan wasn't speaking for clout. His video wasn't flashy. He wasn't promoting anything. He wasn't asking for fame. He was simply telling his truth. And it was heartbreaking. To understand the current situation, it's essential to look at the background of the scandal. There have been previous controversies surrounding Donnie McClurkin and his church. Allegations of misconduct and questionable financial practices have surfaced over the years, though McClurkin has maintained his innocence. His secret son has come forward with statements that shed new light on the situation. According to him, he was kept hidden from the public eye, and his existence was a closely guarded secret within the church. The son's revelations have sparked a heated debate about the church's handling of the situation. The most shocking details shared by Donnie McClurkin's son include allegations of financial mismanagement and a culture of secrecy within the church. He claims to have witnessed discrepancies in how church funds were used and suggests that there was a deliberate effort to conceal the truth from the congregation. These allegations have left many in the church community stunned, wondering how such actions could go unchecked for so long. The son's statements have also raised questions about McClurkin's character and his fitness to lead. In summary, the revelations about Donnie McClurkin's secret son and the church scandal have significant implications for both McClurkin's life and career. The scandal has not only damaged his reputation, but also raised important questions about accountability within religious organizations. The community is left to grapple with the aftermath, seeking answers and healing. If you have any thoughts on this story, please leave them in the comments below. For more updates on similar stories, be sure to check out my other videos. Thanks for the watching and subscribes.